Hi, I'm Dave Epstein here at New England Grows, and I have the all-important guide. This, of course, tells us who's where on the trade show floor, talks about recertification, which is important to many folks here at New England Grows, and also those interesting lectures. Now I'm going to go listen to John Backert, who's going to be speaking on bringing annual color into your garden. And of course, that's a great way to keep things popping throughout the season.
For 7 years, I was the director of horticulture at Churchill Downs. We did about 60,000 annuals for spring each year. We throw in a lot of perennial stuff. We throw in a lot of other things to kind of stretch that out a little bit. And, we found out what works. But we never stopped playing around. I grow about 60 or 65 different varieties of annuals each year.
So, John, there are literally thousands of annuals out there. I've got to ask you, give me a couple of favorites.
Our season starts so early that we have really, really big swings, weather swings. So we try to find things that are tough. And what works for me a lot of times are these new vegetative petunias. I love those for mass plantings.
What would you say to a landscape professional about annuals? What's really important about them?
What's really important about annuals is texture as much as color. When we're doing combinations today, we have so many foliage textures, so many different tools available to you. Don't be afraid to experiment. Reach out there, grab something new, put it together, see what it looks like.
Tulip breeding today is really directed more for the cut flower market than it is for the landscape market. So, those guys want something different than what I want as far as the tulip goes. I want those things to stay dormant as long as possible. They want the shortest dormancy they can find. So what I end up using is a lot of really older varieties, and most of these are still available. Temple of Beauty is one of the latest that I can get in that orange-yellow range. It's been a terrific tulip for me. This is King's Blood, guys, and for me, she's just an old aristocrat, This is the latest red for me in Louisville, Kentucky. It gives you lots of pop, and man, you can see it from a long distance away. You've got the pillar, filler, and spiller, and you've heard that said a lot of different ways. In this urn, the pillar is Calicasia Jurassic Dark. And then the fillers in there's a Gardenmeister type fuchsia called Coral, and then some Coleus, and then the spillers are my old standby, they're petunias. This is an original Leroy Neiman oil painting. That sits just inside of a giant window from a patio that's absolutely full of boxes. I try to echo some of that color, texture, and movement just outside that window. Those are 24-inch baskets. I use a slow-release fertilizer, and in a basket that size, we will use a full 8-ounce cup of Osmocote. I'll go around the sides of that basket, and I'll make slits about every 8 inches or so. And it was probably the petunias that were in those slits, and I may alternate with one plant then another, and it gives great volume to the basket the minute it's done.
Great information on annual color, and that's just one of the many seminars here every year at New England Grows.